Hello guys, so today I'm gonna bring you a different game, one that isn't very common, and I don't know if it's actually even well known. It's Hand of Fate, and it's a D&D meets a card game type of take of the game, or should I say it's a card game based on D&D factors, or something like that. It's more of dungeon crawling actually, and I am not new to this game. I've actually played before and I've done quite a bit of progress on it, so I just mostly reset all of it so that I could share it with you so that we could start from scratch. That way, well, you guys could help me out since I haven't played this game in actually a long time, and we could maybe just laugh at my miserable luck or actually just develop all the story that it contains, since this game is very rich in lore and narrative. It's very rich and I just love the story, so I thought, why not just share it? The game is quite old actually, or well, not that old. But here we go.
Come, sit. You have passed the 13 gates, and you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is wagered. I refuse none who come here, yet I say, turn back.
Never. So I'll try to avoid being overly narrator, since he has a lot to say and he is quite interesting. I really do love this game, so I actually do hope you get to share my enthusiasm for it as we make mistakes, make progress, and may fail more than once in a storyline. However, I find it quite interesting.
The game begins.
So,
one lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of.
Bring it on. Death, if I should call you that. We'll understand more about him later on. However, I've always seemed to understand that he is death, and we have died or reached some sort of underworld where we are fighting to come back.
Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me.
So we can come back to life? I never know how that would play out. I didn't get that far along, actually, guys. Anyway, the bandit leader is stronger and faster than most bandits encountered. He can become enraged, making powerful, unblockable attacks. He also inspires his followers to steal gold on each hit. In the ruins of an ancient temple, among the eternally shifting sand dunes, lives the mysterious leader of the desert bandits. And famous for his reign of terror over any spice caravans that dared take their chances traveling through his domain, he rules as a king over the barren lands. Give me a second, guys. I actually want to drop the volume a bit so that you can hear me better. That should be enough. Or so, we'll see. So anyway, he's playing out the decks. All this equipment that we gathered, the events
Let the
that will
cards
take
fall
place,
where they may.
and what he will use against me. Here in the
You can always
inventory,
review your cards here.
yep, we have our weapons, our armor, and the other things we may have.
Here
Also,
is all you have gained.
our difficulty, should I say, which we can't change yet. I tried to change it. I want it to be much more challenging, not just a walk on the park. And finally, we have our dungeon, which is just set before us. This, our character, is a piece of gold. We move to each tile and we activate an event. Thus we play. And I must say, this is a warning and something quite interesting. No dungeon is ever the same. And I actually like that a lot. So as you can see, as we move, we
I was
consume
never
resources.
a fan of illusion or pretense. Here, I'll make an exception.
Mr. Lavna. Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes a seat next to yours. He taps your shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin, poorly disguised as a human. His wizened face grins at you with a hint of madness. "My name is Mr. Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure up your heart's desire with this wizarding wand of my own creation." He cackles uncontrollably for a few moments, then sits patiently waiting for your answer. He didn't say what he wants, and I don't feel like giving him just my food just 'cause. And we have this option. Information is always important, so why not just ask? I need to help you. Mr. Lionel taps his staff on the ground, and a shield materializes at your feet. "There you go, little bean." He smiles a warm grin that reveals all his chipped and yellow teeth. "Your face reminds me of my son. I haven't met you before, have I?" Interesting, don't you think? Well, we got a shield now, and that means more abilities that we can actually use. So, Reflect is a new skill that we can get since we have a shield. Shields with this trait allows a hero to deflect projectiles back at the attacker. This must be performed with precise timing as a projectile draws near. Press Y button to reflect projectiles. Look for the green indicator above the hero's head. Counter. Weapons with this trait allow the hero to counter their foe's attack. Look for the green attack indicators above foes. Press Y to counter. Quite simple, straightforward.
You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive.
We will. Then before you can stop him within human speed, he snatches a pickled onion off your plate and sprints out the tavern door. Bring it on.
Fair Merith. I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories.
Why so? One day in a shady forest, you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. "I am Merith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask of me?" Well, we can ask for more life. We ask for supplies, which I guess would be food, or gold. For we are at full health, and we have 18 food, which I consider to be enough. So let's ask for gold. Maris seems surprised. It is unlike an adventurer to beg for coin, but very well, if that is your wish. Yes!
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
20. Oh my god, yes. Nice. This is the most coin I've actually got in a single run. It is said that sharp-eyed adventurers may protect themselves from the worst of Lady Luck's contrary nature. Farewell, mortal. Next tile.
That first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it.
Quite persuasive now, aren't you? Well, guys, we now have 75 gold. This is quite a start. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. The walls of the canyon are covered in thick vines, perfect for climbing. Oh, pretty straightforward, don't you think? Should take the risk. Can't be that boring. Success or failure?
Choose from these
Can't be
options.
that bad. Yes. Very carefully, you make your way to the bottom of the canyon. You retrieve the weapon from the ancient corpse. Very well, we got a sword. Nice. And it deals more damage than our axe, so we'll take
A
it.
moment to savor. That will make you much more effective.
Let's see now. Stairs. We may embark on the next leg of our quest. You have discovered the access to this area. Let's take it. We have nothing left to explore. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
You are on the final floor of our simple map.
Already?
Your opponent waits here for you.
Very well.
Find him. If you defeat me, well, it is early to be talking about victories and losses. Let us see what you're made of.
Enough material to kill you, or defeat you, or whatever it is. And thank God we have a shop, we may spend all that coin. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. General shops offer a range of items and healing, but at prices a little higher than usual. Who cares, we have 75 gold. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. Let's see what you got.
If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards.
True. Ooh, this is... Okay, let's see. Sword. Alright, what we have. Alright, what we have. Deals more damage. Let's take
a peasant's weapon, but effective nonetheless.
And this is an artifact, which is worth taking.
A classical approach to dealing with crowds. Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them.
Yeah, we don't need more food, we've got 15. So, we leave. And thus, our next step. Pretty straightforward.
What did you think would happen with a card called Ambush, eh?
Well, it's pretty straightforward, my devil friend. A slight rustling behind you is all the warning you get that your life is in grave danger. 3 dust. Ouch. Bring it on. So this is our combat animation, guys. We'll be going against 3 opponents of dust, which I guess are humans, and we are getting equipped for battle. And
you can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
Pretty simple controls, so don't worry about it. 3, 4. While searching the area for anything worth salvaging, you realize that one of your opponents is only pretending to be dead. Well, there's something I've known in every single game of combat or Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder that I play with my friends, is leave no witnesses. 3 success, 1 failure. Good enough? Oh, God. Taken by surprise, you're knocked to the ground. When you recover, you find yourself alone with the dead. Damn. Just my luck. Just my luck. Dead Man's Gorge.
I'm sure it's not called Dead Man's Gorge without reason.
Yeah, I guess so. While crossing the ancient road bridges of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear sounds of movement from below. It's an ambush. You know, you never leave witnesses. Never. Or they come back. Just like now. I should have killed them. Curse my luck. Anyway, next battle scene. Hello? Stun him right there. Found him. Quite simple if you ask me. You recover what you can from the dead. Let's see what we got. Hey, nice.
Increasing the effect of one sort of magic with another.
Okay.
All you need is a channel for power, and it's simple enough.
If this is the boss, then. Hello, Jack.
You have reached my first champion. A good man driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal.
More than enough to defeat you, not him.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Oh yes. Initially, or ideally, when you defeat events, we get tokens which will give us more cards in the future. Apparently, this is our first set. We're going against Fort Dust and Jack.
Some enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way or stop them with your own counter.
Yes, fight me one at a time, guys. Hurry up. You damaged me, son of a bitch. Damn you. It's third. There we go. And so, defeat the first.
Down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul. One champion has been sent to the cabinet. Yet we are only at the start of our road. You will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. We have wagered, and you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim mine. As you improve, so do I.
Yeah, I like that.
Must be retained.
Makes sense that way. We get stronger, we get better bosses. The game just scales. However, that also means that things will get quite interesting further on with stories and all these cards. And I'm not quite sure how far we'll get to be. I'm troubled, but we will kill him. And let's see now what will happen. Apparently we've got new armors back there, we got more events, and one single card, bandit attack. Okay, well,
shall we
so
again?
We will, dear friends, since this was only the first chapter, our first foe. And we have 11 more to go.
Ah, good. Now you understand the basics. We can begin in earnest.
Now we
Your
get the
hero
video.
is returned to his beginning items. Our decks are reset. Welcome to the cabinet, home of the members of my court.
And by cabinet, he means literally the cabinet. And since we defeated Jack, who are we to play him again? Now we get to go against the Jack of Skulls, our next opponent. Oh, this will be fun.